I live. Just get a second. Gotta clear my non-existent throat. Because of my skeleton. Hello, how's it going? I have returned with a sort of. I don't know if I should call it off schedule. I said I was gonna stream on Monday, last Monday, but I am a big liar. I moved it to Wednesday because I was playing games and I decided, I'll move it to another date. I am right now at the moment streaming a little bit less, but you know, it's getting things in order. Other stuff. But I did do some stuff off, it was off stream though. Let's see, everything's running properly. Yeah, I did do some stuff off stream, which is, as you can probably see. Last time I was working on the extras for chapter 4, the extra strips. These ones I did like 2 streams ago, I forget, but I think most of these I did finish off stream. And this one I finished also off stream, but this was the last one I worked on. Had just a couple more panels, and I finished it, and the tones. So now I'm just working on the webtoon version, because yep, I gotta still do the webtoon version every time I finish anything. Webtoon version. Webtoon version is here to stay. I did recently caught up with my webtoon work, and by work I mean just my version of my comics. I'm not actually employed in terms of comics. I just have a normal job. Comics it's just my hobby. But yeah, so now we're just gonna work on the webtoon version of it. Let's see if everything's in order. Every time I spend a couple of days without streaming, I'm like, wait, how do stream do? I'm just like, I don't know. But I'm remembering. Yeah. Now that I have a graphics card, I'm just like, yeah, basically the true reason I didn't stream on Monday is just because I was like, I'm playing Dark Souls 2, don't interrupt me. I hate that game, except I don't, but I do hate that game, but I don't. But I do hate it. It's good, I like it, I like Dark Souls. So making my way through it. But now, I gotta actually, get back to streaming and stuff. I did heavily consider not streaming Art on Monday and just streaming Dark Souls, but maybe later. I don't know. We shall see. For now, everything is in order. So I already kind of started this. So probably we'll finish before the 2-hour mark, which is, I usually stream for 2 hours. So I might just do whatever. Like I now have my alert animation that I keep mentioning that I haven't finished, but I kind of want to finish that off stream. I don't know, we'll see. So I might just doodle my characters in my webcomic for funsies. I haven't been drawing them in a while, and I have like mental images of like ideas for chapters. I'm like, I kind of want to just visualize them a little bit, get them out of my head. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, we're back at the grind. Spirited Moments. I don't know if it's confusing for people, but basically, a lot of manga, the extras, they gave them like little names for the extras. They just don't call them extras. A manga I read, I think, call them Moments Later. That's what they call them, which is a fitting name since they're usually moments later, or in between the chapter, or after the chapter. It's a cute way of doing it, because a lot of these 4 chroma take place either after, before, or between scenes of chapter 4. You can kind of piece things together by context, but it doesn't matter that much. They're just little jokes that I come up with. Sometimes I do give some context of something that I didn't make it into the chapter because I just didn't think it was that important. I had to make a little joke of it. But I just have to call them spirited moments, like the spirit's name, and then the mo for monad. I don't know, it just made sense. But I feel like it makes it seem on Webtoon that it's like it's its own little side story, and it's like, nah, it's the same. It's still spirits of monotony, just it's the extras, and I thought it was cute to call them spirited moments. Hee, like spirit away, because they're moments that's aside from the main comic. Whatever, it's fine. Anyway, I already kind of started these ones. But I need to do the speech rolls. I was actually doing pretty good progress, but now that I'm speaking and streaming, I'm like, wait, what was I doing? But that's okay. Progress is progress. And while I could finish this faster off stream, I think it's fun to share with people. For those who are interested in stuff. But yeah. Anyway, what was I doing? I was organizing the panels for this. These are fun because they fit very nicely on a webtoon update. I usually go for 20 panels, and the extras are 2 pages, meaning, and they're 8 panels each, meaning 16 panels. So they fit nicely in a webtoon update. So right now I'm not doing anything with the speech bubbles. So this one, a lot of them I do rely a bit on copy pasting because I think it's funny, but also saves time. But I do need to start writing some of these extras without relying on the copy paste rule. It's just simple. Like, I'm already thinking of chapter 5 and I'm thinking of some of the extras for chapter 5 and I'm like, this is still copy pasting the background, me. But I don't know, sometimes it's just how I come up with them. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I do want to have some variety. And I think I did kind of achieve it a little bit in this one. This one being the exception, I suppose. Like, a lot of them have copy-pasted panels, like these two, but these two, and these two, like, I did it in 2s this time, which technically, like, I still copy-pasted a lot, but I think it's a little bit better than just, like, what I did here on the left. But it depends on what the joke is. Sometimes it's just the jokes I write, I guess. It depends. Everything depends. So I'm not gonna be that harsh on myself. I might need to decide like a template on these, because I always just eyeball the like spacing, and it might drive somebody crazy. It's not gonna drive me crazy, but it might drive somebody crazy. So I gotta think about it. Like, I don't mind, it's whatever. I might have to space them less. I remember deciding how spaced it could be, because it could just be like this. But it's a webtoon, so like, you gotta really think about like scrolling format and stuff. I usually want to keep a nice, comfortable scroll. Not too fast, not too slow. So I'm still finding the balance for these for Chroma. But it also depends on like the pacing of the panels, and you can control like anticipation stuff by spacing things out. So I usually just space these out evenly though. I actually cheated here and made this one the last one, because it's the third one here. But I just felt like it could be the last one. Something I didn't, you know, change in the original version, the book version. But you know, it's gonna be a bit of a low energies. I was gonna say Sunday. It's not Sunday. It's Wednesday. It feels like a Sunday for me because it was my free day today, and I work tomorrow. So to me, this is lazy Sunday vibes. So happy Sunday. It's not Sunday, but happy Sunday. Man, this one is actually no dialogue, so that's basically good to go. Hilariously enough. I am going to scroll down a little bit, because every time I add speech bubbles, I end up making things go a bit lower. Also, I need to make space for the title, which I forgot. Where's the title? Where art thou? There you are. Again, I don't have the spacing even in these, so it's gonna drive somebody crazy. Just not me. Okay. Everything's sorta spaced where it should be. Time to add some dialogue. Where did I put that? It's been like not that long without me not doing the reformats, and I'm just like, I already forgot what do I do. That's why I have this one as an example. It's like, what did I do before? Right, that's what I did. You can tell this is before I decided to make it grayscale for the webtoon version. It was a good idea that I should have had a long time ago. But yeah. Anyway, let's focus and do dialogue. If only I could remember where that... There it is. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have divided these, but... Oh well, it's okay, we'll do it live. I just copy-pasted all of these into one folder, so I need to figure out where to separate them. Yeah, how's my B goes here? Bad idea in hindsight, goes over here. Yeah, all of these are... The good thing is that a lot of these are in order, so... Here's the title. It's in white, so we can't see it, but if I'll just put it there. Sure. Right, wait, was it always called sidewalk cooking? No, yeah, I changed to Burning Calories, the title of the strip, I forgot. A lot of unused dialogue is kept in these folders. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's not gonna be too bad finding these speech roles and where they belong. They are basically in order. 4 tend to be pretty fun just because they're like... Once you have like the joke down, it's just like they're really easy to just work with. It's just like, yeah, the panel layout's simple, the art doesn't have to be too complicated. I used to like... This is the first time I kind of dropped the ball, and like it's been months since I finished chapter 4. But the other extras I did them like a day after or something. From like 0 to nothing. Okay. This is a speechable, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just merge these, because I think that's how I did it before. No, it should be fine. There we go. Simple. It's a problem that I solved a bit ago. But yeah, speech bubbling. The most tedious part, but it's important. For how big I do this. Actually, I can just check. Let's just check. This is why I have you open. 7. I made it 7. Huh. 7, 8. Oh, I must have make it bold. Okay, I was gonna say, why does it look so big? I made it bold. Boop. 7. There we go. Now we gotta fix the anti-aliasing. Boop. And make it gray so it doesn't look as pixely. So, well, actually, I think I know. It has to do with the file switch. The manga preset is monochrome, which in, I guess the modern definition of monochrome is black and white. I've never understood that. Some artists people probably can actually answer me this, because in my very limited art classes, monochrome meant a single color, not black and white. It can have black and white, but it's a single color. A painting that only uses blue, and uses, I guess, some black and white, it's a monochromatic painting. So I don't know why, you know, monochrome means black and white in modern day, because I think literally the, you know, the combination of mono and chrome, that means one color. And black and white, I guess, is a combination of all colors, but they're not exactly considered colors. But that's as far as I know. I did not go to art school, sadly. Somebody will know the answer, or you can just Google it. I'm sure you can find the answer on the internet if you're that curious. I'm not curious enough. I'd rather somebody correct me. I think it's more fun to have the human interaction. A little silly, but it's how I do. I don't remember the pixels I was doing for these. I think it was 4. 6, yeah, it was 6 for the drawn online. But yeah, this is basically gonna be the rest of the work. Like, I did most of the, like, stuff off stream. So I was wondering what to do, and I was like, I could, you know, draw something or just get ahead of the curve. That's what I'm doing. Though who knows, sometimes I ramble a lot and I work really slowly, and all of a sudden it's been 2 hours and I haven't even finished the part, so we'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words. Let's see. How do I put them here? Yeah, on top of Jill. I gotta consider always where things are gonna be. I guess I'll cover Jill, to be honest. She's got enough screen time. She's the protagonist. She has to need more. So I can take advantage of the white space to make a little bit of space here. And still cover Jill a little bit, because it's not like... As you can see, the art's not the most detailed. It's just like, eh, whatever. It stays true to the original also. Gives also space down here. I do wonder what I should do with the empty space there, but I guess we'll see. Was it 7? Yeah, 7 seems like a right size. I usually go for 7 or 8, sometimes 6, depending the font size. I need to pay attention to other webtoons and see what sizes they do. Let's see. I do want to change this up a little bit. Maybe not make this a horizontal speech bubble. Very horizontal, as you can see. On and gray. Today we're listening to the Animal Crossing soundtrack, because I just felt like, I don't know, I couldn't figure something out. I was like, what haven't I listened to? You know, because I haven't received enough copyright strikes. Well, they're not really strikes, but copyright claims on YouTube. It's not, I mean, I monetize the channel, so it doesn't affect me. But it is funny seeing what gets claimed right now. One of the funniest things, ooh, it was a weird audio thing on my left ear, but I don't know if that was because I moved weird or something. Hopefully that was fine. But yeah, so far, like, I think the most huge freaking, like, copyright claims do come from Nintendo soundtracks. Some Sonic soundtracks, I think. But funnily enough, and I think this is an issue right now, and I don't know what's causing it, Undertale and Deltarune is the ones that I've gotten the most claims from, which I don't think it's, like, you know, on purpose. Oh, now I heard on my right. Maybe it's the video itself. Hopefully my headphones are not currently exploding. So it could just be the audio. Yeah. I lost my train of thought for a second there. Well, let's keep working. Yeah. I think it's a problem right now, because I know, like, they never, like, as far as I know, the Undertale peeps are very usually cool with people having their music and stuff, or remixing or whatever. Usually it's like YouTube, I think, like, automatically claiming stuff from, like, people, and they're like other people making, like, covers of the music, and they're me like, oh, this is mine, even though it's not theirs. I think that happens because I noticed, like, a lot of the claims weren't even from Nintendo, for my Nintendo songs. Like, they grabbed one from, like, Skyward Sword, and it was like a tiny part of, like, a random song in Skyward Sword, and it wasn't even Nintendo. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sure you're Nintendo here. Where do I put complicated? Complicated is a complicated word. I could do it like, I could try to stay true to the original and just kind of leave things like around here, and then cover a little bit here. I don't exactly like it though. First, I'm gonna change the speech bubble, first and foremost, because it's a webtoon version, so it doesn't need to be shaped like this. In the other version, it kind of did, so it would fit. But this doesn't need to be like this here, so I can make it more circular and see what I can do. Exciting stuff. Yeah, lettering has its science. I guarantee you it's not as easy as you would think, especially if you're doing onomatopoeias and selecting appropriate fonts and coloring them, if it's colored. It's, you know, skill to master. Yeah, the complicated normally goes over here, like, yeah, below them. But I have way more space to work with in this version, so it's like, it's hard to decide. I could make it 6 and make the speech bubble smaller and see where I can fit it on the left side. If this was in Japanese, I could just make it vertical and just not deal with it. But I forgot to do, now that I think about it, I forgot to do spell checking for this. So if I accidentally did any spell mistakes, whoops. I think a lot of the old chapters do have spell mistakes. Some that I fixed, some that I didn't, so I don't know. It is what it is. I'll maybe fix one day. Okay. Where's for us it's simple? There's for us it's simple. In it goes. Yeah. It's a pretty chill time doing these reformats. It's all the chill because like before we were listening to Sonic soundtracks, and those are crazy and high energy, and now we're just listening to like sleepy time Animal Crossing. Maybe that's why the vibes are so chill. Sometimes I don't know what to talk about, so I just talk about the soundtrack. It's a good way to come up with conversation topics. Or just rambling topics. For now, I kind of just want to focus on this. And then we'll see if I can have some fun doing doodles for myself. Lots of white space, but that's just what webtoons are. A lot of empty space, but it does have its benefits. I know some people don't like the empty space, and I kind of get it. I like seeing a filled page with art. It looks nice, like in the book format, comic book format, but it has its charm just in terms of like the spacing and stuff and the speech bubble. So a lot of times you don't have to cover your art with speech bubbles, but it's complicated because a lot of panels are made with speech bubbles in mind as part of the composition. So, it really depends. But for some things, I do cover my art and I'm like, ooh, I'm sad that I'm covering this. So in the webtoon version, I'm like, ooh, I get to not have it covered. And it's nice. I'm gonna change it, funnily enough, because I already literally finished this like a couple days ago, but I'm just like, I kind of want to emphasize this punchline a little bit more. Something like that. How big is this? 9. 9 is a good thing. I did pretty sloppily do this penny, so I'm probably gonna keep her covered anyway. It was not intended to be seen. Well, you can see her. It's fine. But I did draw it just being like, because originally I forget, the sketch that I gave myself was just not detailed enough, so I was like, I'll just draw a quick penny. And I'll draw her up here so you can see her face being covered with speech bubble. You can kind of see it. Where is it? Here. Yeah, you can kind of see her, so. So I'm gonna stay true to the original a little bit and cover her with this speech bubble. Make the ha 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 a bit bigger. And this one can be like a 6. It's a little haha. Not a big haha. Also, this needs to be your toot. I gotta play the new Animal Crossing at some point. It's funny because that was the big pandemic game. I don't know. I played City Folk on the Wii. That was my first Animal Crossing. And then I was like, I like this. And I played a decent amount, but I really got into it a little bit more on the 3DS with, what was it called? New Leaf? That's the one I really played a lot. And at some point I just kind of was like, I feel like I got my fill of Animal Crossing. Hello, Hot Tamales. It's a good Dorito. So I kind of, so like when New Horizon came out, I was just kind of like, I'm kind of good. And recently it's been, you know, quite a while now. New Horizons is a pretty old game now, I would say, I would argue. So I'm just like, maybe it's time to play it. It is funny because it feels like it's been long enough that I'm like, they could make a new Animal Crossing at this point. It's been so long. But, I don't know. Maybe they're just okay with New Horizons. Because I think didn't they update it recently? I could be wrong. So I'm like, maybe they're not planning on releasing a new one in maybe for a couple of years more. I mean, they're gonna do it. They gotta do it. I mean, we're already like in the next, I guess, Switch generation, so it's just interesting because, you know, you can play all of your Switch games on the Switch too, so it just feels like, huh, is there need for an Animal Crossing? There's already an Animal Crossing on the Switch, but you could also argue there's already 2 Mario Karts. So, I don't know, it's weird. Who knows? But I have felt the need to play Animal Crossing again. Get back into it. I could just boot up New Leaf, start over, but I don't have my 3DS at hand as much anymore as I used to. But yeah. Just gonna keep on doing this thing. Animal Crossing, you need to give me something more funky. Is this like sleepy time? What is this? What are you giving me right now? I don't know what that is. I didn't play the one on the GameCube. Maybe one day I'll play it. I wonder if they'll add it to the Nintendo online thing on the Switch 2. I don't have a Switch 2, but it would be neat to play that game. Since sometimes they add Japanese games, it could be cool to add a Japanese version on the N64 one. That could be cool. Will they? I don't know. I feel like some franchises are different. How they treat them. Like how, you know, they added Game Boy games, but Pokemon, even, I mean, it's not Nintendo, that's Game Freak or Pokemon Company, whatever. They didn't release any of their Pokemon games there. They released the Fire Red one. But they did release Colosseum, or they are going to release Colosseum and XD, which makes me wonder if they're going to add any kind of Pokemon Bank support or anything. Not that I use it, but I'm just kind of curious, because I think people are pretty big on wanting to keep their Pokemon from every game and trying to transfer them to the newest versions and stuff. Okay. Is that it for this one? It looks like it. And I want to center this one. Normally, I don't put a tail if it's the same character continuing to speak, but I don't know. Something about the webtoon version where I'm not entirely sure what, like, people, you know, expect, like, I guess what's the speech bubble language, so I'm just gonna grab a tail here. They're complicated, I'm just gonna leave it like that, but it is supposed to be Penny speaking. So I'm just gonna add a couple of tails just in case. Make it a bit more clear. Treasure day. Yeah. After this, I'm going to decide what I'm going to work on after this. As I am chapter 5A, it's a work in progress right now. But there's other comics or projects I want to work with, and I'm just like kinda, even if it goes into an immediate hiatus, I kind of want to do at least the first 10 pages of my other fantasy comedy comic I've been working on. I'm just like, I kind of want it out there. Just so people know it exists, and I am planning on working on it more. I'm just like, I don't know. I do wanna. That being said, I do wanna keep working Spirits of Monotony, because I mean, 4 chapters is a lot, but I want to get the story going. I guess there's barely a story, but you know, I want to introduce a couple of other characters and them interacting and stuff. Oh yeah, funnily enough, speaking of Pokemon, I was barely speaking of Pokemon. I was more talking about I was mostly talking about Animal Crossing, but um, I'm still trying to plan or think about how I'm gonna go about it. But it's funny. I wanted to play a Pokemon game on stream, just like I wanted to try something more chill. I feel like I keep doing things like that require me to be like big. I'm gonna beat this game in one sitting, blah, and it's just like I want to try something more chill. Like I could play Pokemon Fire Red, and hilariously enough, they announced the ports. I guess the ports to the Switch, which I'm like, that's good timing. So if I do, I'll probably play that version. I'm really curious to know if they did any fixes or if they didn't do any fixes. Not that the game necessarily needs fixing. I'm more talking about something that I always. Something about Pokemon games that always annoy me. At least the old ones. I don't know if the new ones are the same. I haven't been keeping up. But it's the like Pokemon there are in the game, but you can't actually access them. So like mystery gift stuff, because I think most of that stuff you had to go to like an in-person event, which that was never an option, or by the time I bought the game that was already over. There's like some stuff, I haven't done enough research, but I remember being like, this is always, every time I look up like what Pokemons I can capture, every time I replay Fire Red, I'm like, oh look, there's Lugia, there's this, and it's like, how can I access it? And it's like, you can't. Like, oh, well that's a bummer. Gives it just like a bad feeling to just revisit those games. So I'm just like, will they actually do something? Will they do like a mystery gift events at least? So like they want you to buy the game early or something? Or will they just make you be able to unlock those islands without the need of a mystery gift? I'm very curious, because I think with the newer, at least in the DS era, they started just doing those things online, which is much better. You just get like, hey, you should log on or check this at this time. You got a Pokemon or got something. It would be nice. It would also be nice for the Altern Cave, which I don't know exactly how it worked, but it worked very similarly, where it was like, hey, look at all these Gen 2 Pokemon. You can't catch them. It's like, oh. Well, I wanted that. I wanted to be able to catch those. It would be neat. So, where can I catch them? Or you need to go to an in-person event. Okay. And I forget. I remember researching that I think they didn't even take place in America. I'm like, wow, so only in Japan, so I could be wrong about that. Do your research. I could be lying to you. But yeah, I wonder if they'll actually, that would be really nice. Also, and I kind of expect it, please allow people to trade online. It's a modern platform. You should be able, I do not need a Game Boy Link cable anymore. So I'm curious to see all of those, if they're going to actually do anything, because that would be what I would prefer. I haven't checked the Nintendo Online Game Boy games. I don't know if they did anything for those features for those games. I haven't really looked at them. I assume they probably didn't, but, you know, since the other, like, Fire and Leaf Green are proper ports, I just feel like, hopefully they put the work on it. I think some people are making a fuss about the price of $20, and I'm just like, that's actually what I expected. Like, I don't know. Like, I get it, it's an old GBA game, but I don't know, $20 seems fine to me. Would it be better if I could pay $5 or $10? Yeah, but 20 is acceptable, so I'll probably buy Fire Red. I own both of the originals, but Fire Red is the one I consider like the real. Like, if I could only pick one, I would have picked Fire Red. I'm a Charizard boy. I'm sorry to confirm. I like Charmander of the main three. I know, controversial take. I can't believe it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm debating whether I should like play Fire Red solo or see if I can make it into another weird competitive thing with a friend and stream both games or something. I don't know. That seems like it would be fun, but it requires a lot of planning because those are long games. So I'll see. I might end up just playing it alone or not. We'll see. You gotta, you know, organize that. For now, I'm gonna just focus on art streams because that's the main thing I want to do. And I am streaming a little bit less these weeks, and I probably will continue doing that for a bit. Is this 7? Yeah. I am getting some of those good funky songs now. I do miss Animal Crossing a little bit. I wonder if there's an Animal Crossing I could play on stream. I guess, like I mentioned earlier, New Horizons, I could stream that. Technically, I could stream City Folk on my Wii U. That could be fun though. Like, I just feel like it would be fun for me to play New Horizons for the first time. But sometimes there's some charm to the old games, so that's why I'm just like, maybe I should revisit City Folk. I don't think anybody's revisiting City Folk anytime soon. Could give me that, you know. Like, nobody's playing this, so maybe people will watch. I don't know. I find that more fun than doing the usual. I need to know what the song is, because it's foot race. Yeah, there's just a lot of weird noises going on. Like, what's going on? It sounds like somebody's talking, but this is background music, so it's a little weird. I do love the funky Animal Crossing music. I forget if it's this funky in the Neo games. See, this is the music we needed to stay awake and alert. Ball toss. I would assume this was the theme for Foot Race. Because it's so high energy. Okay. I kind of zoned out and I was too lost in the conversation, but let's see. How are we doing here? Yeah, pretty good. Oops, I undid the undo. Don't do that, me. Let's save. Okay, so those are done. I don't think I forgot anything. They're pretty simple. And this, no dialogue. So it's a freebie. And the next one does have a couple of things. The song is... it's a little too much for me to handle right now. What happened to my low energy chill vibe streams? Animal Crossing, I'm sorry, I regret asking you to put something more animated. This is too much. This is too much. It just keeps going. It's telling me to hurry up. This is just anxious. Theme of anxiousness. Anyway. So this one, it's the one for 4. What are these? Okay, that's that. What are you? Okay, that's what you are. This. Like, I don't know how to explain how distracted this song is. It's what's it doing to me. It's like, how long is it? I could skip it. I have the power to skip it, but I kind of don't want to. Because it's kind of cheating. But it is. It's too much for me. You're ruining my vibes. Animal Crossing, how dare you. I forgot that this is very long. Yeah. Quite a long title. Did I do any extra emphasis? I did. Did I put on bold or is it just... It is bold, okay. Just unboldified it. Wait, it's all bold. Never mind. Animal Crossing, you're really testing me right now with your funky music. I said I'm sorry and I regret it. Please go back to the chill Animal Crossing vibes. This is too much for me. I can't deal. I just can't. This is the title for the next one, so I'll just doot. This one I just used bold. That works fine. This is my punishment for choosing Animal Crossing. The Animal Crossing gods are punishing me. Or just a K. Is that all the speech bubbles? I think so. This actually, no, it is pixelated, it's just big. Or is it? Let me check. Weird. It looks correct. So this one is actually a proper just layer, isn't it? A speech bubble, so I might just put this where it was originally. Maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller. Now we're seeing. Just a little bit bigger. It's not as cramped in there. Or maybe I should, like, not have it be that, like, maybe have it, like, up here. Trying to take advantage of the fact that it is a webtoon, so. Hello, Lady Goo. How's it going? Good to see you again. It's much appreciated that you came by to say hello. We're just listening to chill Animal Crossing vibes and maybe not so chill vibes. The music has been a little anxiety-inducing. I don't know. I guess that's the two moods for Animal Crossing. But yeah. So we're going one last reformat until I'm basically, I mean, I was already caught up with the reformats, but now I'm just like, okay, well, I finished the extras, which I just finished, like, yesterday. So I gotta work on these, and then, I don't know. Who knows what we'll do. It's gonna take a bit. Yeah, this is mostly, okay. Most of this is correct. But we're actually almost done. Yes, I think it is gonna take me like. Then I gotta also pick a thumb. Oh wait, no, the thumbnail's already done. I keep forgetting. Just gotta save it and then yeah. So it's probably gonna be an hour of reformatting and then an hour of I don't know. I'm probably just gonna draw my characters, to be honest. It was that or work on my alert animation, which I keep not finishing. Not alert animation, the alert for the raid, which right now I have a placeholder. But yeah, I do need to finish that, but I want to be able to just put all my brain power to it, and right now I'm just like, I don't know if I can right now, so I'm just gonna do some other stuff, but yeah, I do really want to finish the... my raid animation. I'm actually sleepier than expected today, but it just means that the Animal Crossing vibe should fit pretty well. Me too, gamey. Me too. I'm probably gonna make the a little bit bigger, just because when it's just like a very simple speech bubble with very simple text, I'm like, well, it should be a little... It needs a little bit more space. This goes over here. This goes over here. Yeah, I think I got it backwards. There we go. This is already anti-alias, I'm surprised. I wonder why some of them... I must have done these in like a color layer, an accident or something halfway through. It should usually all be monochrome, but... I don't know. Won't complain, at least not tonight. I will not. How do I put this? Yeah. I'm still having trouble deciding how to do his eyes, because they do have, like devils do have, like, black eyes. Like, the white of the eyes are black. But it's just, I find it hard to find that balance and the, like, how to tone them and stuff. Like, they always tend to look a little bit weird. So I'm deciding what to do with them. If I change them up or not, or... need to figure out how I would... Oh, what did I just do? Watercolor edge, cool. I'll keep that in mind. I've never done this before. I accidentally checked something that I could do. Probably 10 is fine. Yeah. Like I said, I did a lot of the work off stream for this. I was like, we're almost done. Did I put the special thing somewhere? I think I did. And I'm probably just gonna doodle for funsies in the next hour. But I'm just gonna doodle for myself. I wanna... It's been a while since I haven't just drawn my characters, and it's like, what's gonna come out? I don't know. But... you know, I'll probably just think of, like, visuals of, like, ideas from, like, chapters. Could be spoilery, but I'm just like, I don't think the spoilers are even that big of a deal, really. It's not a very plot-heavy story. Just, like, vibes. Is that it? 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, for some reason I remember these as having way more speech bubbles, but they're not that many. And they're easy to remember too. Basically, because this one doesn't have any dialogue, so like, I guess let's do the read through really quickly. You know, when I say read through, I should probably actually read it out loud. That's, you know, because I'm streaming, but I'm just like, maybe one day, maybe I'll brush up my voice acting skills by playing, like I said, something like Pokemon and just read a lot. Maybe. Right now, I just kind of want to read it in my mind. Which I've already read this, I already finished technically this, but just see how it feels on the webtoon version. It's a very small thing, but it does bother me that the speech bubble is pointing to like his shoulder. Gotta be pointing to the mouth. At least that's what I feel like I should be doing. And white space. Okay. So my layers are a bit of a mess, but it's not that bad. Still special things. Gotta always put the special things. Did I put anything under these? Let's see. Nope, it just goes right into it. Now I just gotta change the canvas because it's too long. Much too long, actually. I'll go down to 2. And how about 6? 5? 5, 5? How's that looking? Yeah, it looks correct. Boop. Man, Old Crossing had some interesting vibes going with them. It's not the Animal Crossing I remember, because I didn't play this one. I played City Folk and New Leaf, which were more modern games, so they probably changed a bit of how they did the soundtrack. Oh, this is theme of Halloween, apparently. That's funny. It's spooky. I'm sure to feel spooked. That's gonna be it for this reformat. We did it. Let's see. Export webtoon. What folder? Folder. Oops. Nope. You can't see me, but just so you know, I am saving this on my folders and naming it something that I will be, you know, that will make it easy to find. Wait. Select folder. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. I'm doing this all in the wrong way. If you excuse me. Let me just fix that. What I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be making a new folder. And name it appropriately, which I just renamed it wrong like 3 times, because I can't think tonight. Select folder, split into parts. That should be it. We will be seeing this go live in a while. Because I post weekly updates, so it's gonna take like 2 months basically for us to get to this. But if you don't want to wait 2 months to read this, I do have this up on my Blue Sky and also on Comic Fury. That's basically it at the moment. I don't upload them to Pixib just because Pixib, you need like premium or something like that to edit files and stuff. So I'm just like, once I upload the chapters, I'm like, well, I don't want to upload the strips individually. I guess I could, and I might, but I feel like it's gonna make things look a little messy. So for now, I'm not uploading them to Pixib. I don't think I've uploaded any of the extras to Pixib. I could be wrong though, I don't remember. Maybe the part 1 extras, because I think I uploaded, like I started uploading to Pixib later after I finished part 1, or chapter 1 I should say. So maybe. Yeah, these are done. Whee! yeah, now I'm just like, whoops, well, we still have an hour to go. So what to do now? It's a good question. Where's my blue? I require my blue. There's my blue. I should probably already have it to be like a preset or something that it's just like a new file starts like this, because I need to be careful with my eyesight, which is the entire reason I'm doing the blue. So I don't think I need to save this one. And I think it's done. The thumbnail, I just used the generic like one I use for spirit moments. I use like a little speech bubble that looks like a ghost, that looks like a demon, that looks like an angel. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but it's cute looking. Whoops, I kicked the table. Worry not. So now, I'm probably gonna actually get some water, and then I'll be back with more doodling. But I get what I'll think of what I'm gonna doodle right now. Let me see if my BRB screen still works. I don't remember if it still works. I think you should probably still be able to hear me, but now you won't. I've returned. Blah. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just returned. I have no ideas, but well, actually, I do have some ideas. But yeah, now this is the part where I'm just gonna doodle a little bit. That's all I'm gonna do, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Because I got Instagram right now. I mean, we did the goal. We did the reformat, but I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I should at least do my 2 hours. Sometimes people don't get time. Like, when you only stream for 2 hours, you'd be surprised how many people just don't catch your stream. So I'm like, you know, gotta do those 2 hours, so I'm gonna draw. I had a very specific idea recently of like something that is like a tentative chapter idea for Spirits of Monotony, and I was like, I kinda wanna visualize this. But yeah, this might take me a second. I usually don't visualize and, you know, or try to sketch ideas while streaming because it takes a lot of mental effort. But this is just for funsies, so I don't mind if things end up a bit sloppy. If it's like for like the main comic or anything, I'm just like, well, I want it to look good, so I gotta think about it. So I'm just gonna sort of go for it. Am I using the right thing? I don't know if my brush sensitivity is acting up again or not, but like it depends. I'm trying to visualize. I'm drawing curves right now. And I feel like, what would be her reaction here to the context of the scene that you'll see? This is an idea that came out recently that I thought was like, this is funny. And maybe it just has to do with the fact that it's something that I've been involved in recently, a specific hobby. So it's just like, I could make it, like, I know which characters would be the ones involved. I kind of base a lot of my chapter ideas on just activities and hobbies and stuff. I mean, it's a slice of life, so it kind of makes sense. I forget how tall Curse is, though, because if it's, let's see, if it's what's-his-face is there, he's almost as tall as Jill, just like, I haven't really figured out how to do character height, so I always just fudge it a little bit. But yeah, I wonder what angle I would do. I'm not gonna worry too much about angles here, because, and like I said, this is just like a doodle. I guess it could be like, could be pretty big, just like box, box, box. It looks like I'm just wearing bricks and stuff. I wonder how somebody would organize these. If they're like, if I'm stacking a bunch of boxes and they're like, this kind of 3D box, you know, like this, and then like that. If you flip them around, I guess it wouldn't be that long. So maybe like two boxes and then 3 boxes. Maybe that's how they would be able to stack properly. If you're wondering why I'm stacking boxes, they are looking at a stack of boxes. This is an idea. I probably should show. Should show you, not tell you, right? I have no idea how many doodles I'll be able to do, because whenever I do doodles like this, time flies so fast. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'll just try to do one doodle and it's like, oh, it's been an hour. It's nuts. If you are the type of person that, you know, likes to doodle and just do ideas like this, and you don't get easily sick in trips or something, I highly recommend you doing doodles while you are on a plane. It's been a while since I've been on a plane, but let me tell you, anytime I wanted time to go fast, and this is kind of a new thing that I realized recently, I just doodle on a plane, because the plane is not that like, it's not like in a car. Doodling in a car is really hard, also because you can get car sick, but it's hard to doodle because the car moves a lot. Planes don't shake that much. You can actually draw pretty comfortably on a plane, and like, it just makes plane rides go so fast. It's crazy. Because other methods like sleeping and listen to music just don't exactly do it. Like, it doesn't work as well as I would hope. And I just remember being like, I'm gonna doodle. Just gonna doodle whatever. And it went really well. I'm actually trying to remember when I first discovered that, if I was working on Spirits of Monotony or not. It might have been that long since I discovered that life hack. I forgot how to draw curse. Like, it's honestly been a while since I've just doodled my characters, so like, my art style may vary a little bit. I've been reverting back to drawing big anime eyes again. There was a point where I kind of stopped. Did more like cartoony eyes, and I'm just like, I kind of like it. I'm trying to think how to draw. Should we be saying something, or should she just be containing laughter? What is the mouth when you contain laughter? Is it like this, but like this? I'm not entirely sure. What hair should she have? Normally I draw her with ponytail, but for some reason when I think about curse in a casual situation, I just think of her with her hair down. That being said, I kind of see her as her hair just being an absolute mess when it's down, because I just kind of like it. Gives us those Halloween vibes. So, I don't know. Forget how to draw curse. It's been a while, and I really need to remember how to draw my characters again. But just has like these lip tattoos. I have to assume lip tattoos would be really painful, but I feel like curse would be up to the challenge. Animal Crossing, you are insane. You were cooking something back in the day with these songs. I don't know what it was, but it was something. Trust me. I still haven't decided whether Chris's weird zigzags up here make any sense or not. I need to do some research on how hair works. And also just have to do facial expressions, to be honest. Like I said, I kind of just forgot how to draw. You'd be surprised how easily anybody who draws just forgets, stops drawing for a bit, and is like, how to do the doodle do. And you'd be surprised. The answer is, I don't know. How to draw hands on face? Good question. How would you do it? I guess just straightforward. Covering the nose and things. How would you do it for this? I guess I just gotta think of a box of fries or whatever. Just think of hands like old boxes of fries and see them from like a specific angle. Yeah. This is gonna look like an absolute mess, but it's okay. What do horns look like from the top? I guess they're kind of... I did already draw them in square-like, so I guess that solves itself. It really just does. Yeah, I need to really figure out my characters from more angles, because I am just like, wait. What? My art style, the hair is very angular, so drawing specific, like, hairstyles from different angles is, like, tricky to figure out. You kind of have to break the, like... I tend to try to just picture things as 3D models and then rotate them in my mind. I keep them to save the file, but I'm gonna make a file, actually. I can't save because I have to choose, and I was skipping that, but let me just, stream doodles for now. I don't think I have any file names with that. Okay, there we go. But yeah, definitely, if I ever actually try to make this into a panel, I'll probably try a better angle. There's something about it right now where I'm just like, I can't draw right now. His hands are so small. Boy, why you got so small hands? Are you okay? You're not okay. What is he wearing? I haven't drawn him with like a casual outfit in a while. Would this be like winter? I guess he does. I think I draw him with like a weird jacket usually. Like this and yeah. This is gonna look like a mess, but don't worry. Curse. What Curse be wearing? Because Curse I was thinking of drawing her like classic tank top look that I drew a while ago, but I guess when I do the winter Curse I drew her with this like thing. I could just make up an outfit as I go. Curse's vibe is very, I don't know. She has a lot of different styles that she would go for. The original idea for Curse was skater skeleton thing. I feel like she's lost the skater vibe since I've been drawing her, but I got her with like a turtleneck. I feel like that's more Jill's vibe. I don't know. Cause when like a scarf. So drawing her with like the where is it? Actually, you can actually see it. Give me a second. I'm gonna show it in a second. Just because when I drew her in winter, I drew her like a weird non-winter-ish outfit. That's literally right there. Hey, you see her? There she is. She's face planting on the snow. It's an old drawing, but I remember that's usually how I do her in winter, which is a kind of a weird outfit because it doesn't look very wintry. I guess I could draw her in that or like a variation of that, but you know, it's hard to say. Because I feel like I did draw her with a scarf once. Though I think the two ends would go on the back, so there would be like cape-like, at least for her. But I'm just like, how can I like... It's kind of a weird outfit, it's not really like realistic, so I'm just like, how can I like give it a twist? I guess I could give her like a jacket or something. Though they are indoors in this scene, so... Also, I don't know if it would take place in Christmas. Maybe it would. Like, I wanted to draw Curse in a more normal outfit, though. I'm not feeling the winter vibe, so maybe fall. I don't know, maybe Curse doesn't get cold. I'm just gonna draw her with her tank top or whatever, which I actually haven't drawn her in a while with it, so I'm just like... So it's a little hard to... Actually, also I just literally drew them the same height. What happened? Weren't you higher? What happened to you? What happened to you, boy? Okay. It would be more like this. I don't often draw characters standing next to each other, so it's really interesting to be like, right. Curse isn't that tall. Jill is really tall, so that's why she's always... At least... I guess she's tallish. She's 6 foot tall. You could argue there's taller people, but... Yeah, definitely need to improve my, like, facial expression game. Like, I can, like, in my mind, I can see a face. It's not this, but... Let's see, what was the tank top look? It was, like, it was weird because it was, like, one of these low ones. But also, she has, like, a... Like, another one inside, like this. And it's, like... This was originally a look I designed for her for like a Kingdom Hearts related doodle, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna make this into one of her outfits. There's just something about the almost basketball-ish look that I like for her. But yeah, I don't remember what was the aside. It was probably just a rib cage again, but I'm gonna make it kind of cartoonish for now, just for the sake of my sanity. I can't draw bones very well. I really should improve that. I'm just gonna do the weird cartoonish one. But yeah, I haven't drawn Curse in a long time, so I'm just trying to remember, like, what does she look like? Yeah, this is a more casual look I remember from a while ago. It's like a table. Maybe it's a table. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't think this scene through, but I just remember this visual. And I was like, yep. It's a very tomboyish look. I go like between like, I think Curse's looks are very tomboyish for the most part. But I do like to draw her more like feminine outfits too, and I feel like that's not the case as much, but I do think Curse is more like, casual is more tomboyish, but date-ish, like if she goes on a date, then it would be more feminine. I think that's how she would do it. Well, it would depend actually. But I usually, at least in the scenarios I can think of from the comic itself. Yeah, I really need to start looking at like how other people do expressions and stuff. I feel like I owe it to myself. But also it's just I haven't drawn in a while. So I'm like forgetting. Skinny jeans, is he a skinny jeans boy? I think he is a skinny jeans boy. He definitely is. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, definitely, I would definitely try to draw this way better in the actual comic if I actually make this into a chapter idea, but this is the this idea came to me like a couple of weeks ago, and it's basically the I used to spend all my rent money on trading card game products, or cards. I thought it was a funny idea, anyway. I think, if you can tell by how it's drawn, this is Asariel here, who shows up in chapter 3. I've shown him to be more like a board game kind of character, but he has other interests. That's usually just like tabletop stuff is his deal. I do think he has a bit of a, he's very susceptible to gacha, which I think is a funny idea anyway. And I haven't come up with the context, I just thought it would be funny to have an idea of a chapter where it's just like, how many boxes did you buy? What did you do? Boy, what did you do? And I just thought it was funny. And just trying to be, what would they do out of the situation? I think it's funny, and it would definitely be Curse. Hilariously enough, she hasn't even shown up in the comic yet, but yeah. Like, these sort of interactions I've never drawn, and I know that they will happen at some point in the comic, but I think it's fun to actually visualize them, just get them out of my brain. And then eventually they will actually be live, but yeah. Wait. This arrow that I point in, the context of it is me speaking and saying things, but let's actually do this. Let's make the title point to the boy. Yes. But yeah. I wonder should it be the same one or different brands? Maybe it should be different brands, I don't know. But yeah, I just visualized this idea of it, and I just thought it was funny. And it would be like, I don't know what it would like progress in terms of the characters in the story. I would also try to come up with like how it fits. Because then it would be kind of fillery. But I mean, it wouldn't be bad filler if it's fun. But yeah, I just thought this is funny. I don't know much about the topic of TCG in terms of just like the actual market and such. So I maybe would do some research. But I just thought the idea was really funny to me. Because basically, I think he would want to just find a way to return them or just cut his losses selling the boxes. Just reselling the boxes and stuff. Which would be the safest bet, just sell the box. But of course, Curse here has the idea to open all of them and sell the cards and make a profit. Which is possible with some TCG boxes as far as I know. And I thought it was a fun idea for a chapter. Which, like I said, not a lot of experience, but I think it would be more trouble than what it's worth. But, you know, he did spend all his rent money, so it is kind of important they do, so... The concept of these two trying to figure that out is funny to me. Curse would want to try to take advantage of the situation in terms of, not for herself, but just for the rush of, I guess... I don't know. Min-maxing cards, I don't know. I see them as kind of opposites in terms of, like, their philosophy of games and stuff. Sorry, Ellen, I don't know if we've seen it from Chapter 3, but I try to show that he cares more about the fun of the game and the randomness, which is kind of why he's kind of susceptible to gacha. Curse being the opposite. Not very susceptible to gacha, but doesn't like randomness and stuff. So I'd like to think these two disagree with a lot of things. But that they still get along relatively well. So, yeah. I don't know. This basically gets the idea across, but, you know. So that was a chapter idea. I don't know when it will happen, because like I said, not only has Curse not been introduced yet in the current comic, like where I'm at the comic, these two, like, it's gonna take longer for them to meet. Jill being the connection between these two. So, yeah. I'm glad I visualized this, though. This is, even though I drew it poorly, I think it's still pretty funny to look at. Yeah, good old Asariel. He does want a game shop, so... Game shops tend to sell cards. So... Good luck with that, you two. And your card selling endeavors. But yeah. I know where her hand would go. I guess I haven't drawn Curse's lip tattoos. She has like 3 lines here. To match her mask. Yeah. I need to make like Curse's face funnier here. She's trying not to laugh. But yeah, that's why I feel like I need to look at more like people drawing facial expressions and stuff. I could also just like look at real people and make my own interpretations of real faces, but yeah. Like I feel like facial expressions sound easy, but I feel like they've always been like a bit of a weak one of my weak points. Anyway, that's one. Did I have another ones? I don't know. I'm trying to think of other stuff. One of the big things that come to mind right now is just like character interactions and stuff. Like I don't think I've literally, okay, maybe I have, like in the past years before Spirits of Monotony was even a thing. Like this might be the first time I draw these two. Curse and Asariel, the same room. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Also, Asariel should probably be a little bit taller. I'm gonna make his torso bigger. Just like, I don't know. It is, I forget how tall Asariel is. He's like 5'11", I think, about that. He's like slightly shorter than Jill. Technically his horns make him taller, but we don't count horns. Not in this house. That's part of height. But yeah. Hey, hello, Happy. How's it going? We were doing some webtoon format of my... We were doing some webtoon reformatting of my comic. I can open it up again. Where is that thing? What is that thing? What did I call it? There we go. We were working this in the first hour of the stream, which is the extras for chapter 4, which is a little 4 coma things, but I kind of already had it finished, so we already did this. So now I'm just doodling my characters and stuff. I might have scrolled a little bit too fast there, but I was just doodling, like, because I feel like I haven't doodled and drawn in a while, because like 90% of what I've been doing is just, oh, reformat and blah blah blah. Like, I haven't been doing sketching in a while, and there's characters I haven't drawn in a while, and I just feel like I've forgotten how to draw. So I basically just doodled this. This is a chapter idea for my comic between two of my characters. One of them hasn't even been introduced in the comic. But yeah, this idea came to my mind, and I'm like, I don't know how I can introduce this, but I want to do this chapter of what I basically explained. This character, Asariel, spent too much, bought too much TCG products, card games, and They're gonna figure out how to get him out of this financial crisis. And I think a chapter within these two would be funny. But yeah, she hasn't shown up yet, but she'll show up eventually. I promise. You'll meet her at some point. But yeah, he shows up in chapter 3. You met him, if you've read the comic. If you haven't, that's okay. But yeah, he's already introduced. He's in chapter 3. But her, not yet. We don't know who she is. You'll meet her at some point. This menace, this purple-haired menace. But I wanted to visualize it because I've had this visual in my mind, and I'm just like... Anyway. But that's that doodle. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I just probably gonna doodle like character interactions. Let me think. What were other character interactions I wanted to doodle? Because it's just... comics take time, and I'm just like, I need to really get some of these ideas out. Yeah, but... Thanks for stopping by, Happy. It's good to see you again. Yeah, I'm trying to think. My mind is drawing a blank, because I know this is like... This was the one idea that was like, I need to get this out of my brain, and I was just like, wait. Who are my characters? Let me think for a second. Something will show up in my mind. I'm blanking. So, when I'm blanking, just draw. And I know who just show up in my mind. It's a character I'm still working on in terms of design, but I feel like she's easy enough for me to draw. If I remember how to draw her. Another character from the comic. But yeah. So I'm just doodling here my characters. That's it. We're gonna do this for a bit. Yeah, I don't remember how to draw this character. I already forgot. I just remember... What was it? She just has like... What was her? Like... She has this like... chill face. Like, kinda... What was it? I need to like really quickly look. Well, I'm just gonna roll with it and draw her from memory. Sometimes that's how I do character design improvements. I just draw a character from memory and then I'm like, right. This is one of those character designs that I was just like, I just need a... I kind of just like, sort of like minor characters, I just like improvise it, and now I'm like, wait, this minor character is becoming more important, so I need to fix her design, and I'm just like, I don't know. But I think the idea is that she's still supposed to look kind of plain, so it makes sense, I suppose. But she's supposed to look kind of smug. But her character design does vary a little bit from like the first time she technically shows up already in the comic, but she looks a little different. But I'm figuring out how to do damage control. And my like I said, Spirits of Monotony is not as well planned out as probably people would hope. But I'm trying really hard and trying to fool people into thinking that I did plan everything out, and then you'll realize that everything was on fire, and somehow a story came up from it. I think it's a fun way of doing things. I forget, like, yeah. Yeah, Melody here. She's gonna have a side swoop. She's also an angel, so whoop. Her halo's a little too big. I mean, all of Jill's friends are angels. She comes from the place of angels. And I do remember one of the character traits for this character was just like, I don't know. She just dresses pretty, I guess, plain, for lack of a better word. Her neck is looking a little odd there. Like, she just wears, like, shirts. And like I said, I'm drawing a blank right now, so I'm just gonna draw a Melody. I'm gonna draw her. But I did, like... She's like one of those characters where I'm just like, I just need a character for like a specific thing in the comic, and then I'm like, wait, I've written too much of this character now. Oh no. She's becoming almost a main character. Like, I feel like I could write an entire book, like, comic book of this character, just Like, I don't think I have that much to make multiple books. The one book I could, at least for her backstory and stuff. I do like writing her. Feel like you can't draw melody without the guitar, though. How to draw guitar? All I know, when you draw guitar, you draw like a weird H shape. Just draw like a weird pear or a pumpkin shape thing, and then just pray that you know what you're doing. I have seen what a guitar looks like, and have drawn a guitar before. But then you do it in a different angle, and I'm just like, what? But I don't want to look at references. Yeah. I forgot how to draw this angle, so I'm just gonna wing it. There's still that one angle I did for one of the doodles with melody that was just like, I could probably draw it again, where I'm just like, this feels like I actually did a good job with the angle of the guitar, and this one I'm dropping the ball, but it's okay. These are just doodles. Guitar. How to draw guitar? I'm not sure. What's a guitar? I don't know. I wish I knew what a guitar was, honestly. Maybe one day I'll actually learn to draw a guitar once I actually learn to play a guitar, which is kind of one of my goals, that I wanted to learn an instrument one day. How many strings do guitars have? 6, right? Basses have 4. Not that I'm actually going to accurately draw those strings, but... Are you even holding this guitar properly? I don't know what's going on with this angle. I'm not gonna worry about it. We're just doodling today. This should be a bit lower. I guess I can just... She's just holding it. She's not even playing it. Are there 5 strings guitars, or are you just guessing? Because I think it's 6. Angels have weird hands. This is not unique to Jill. Ooh, it's both. Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Actually, like, I know nothing of music. Literally nothing. You could fool me. Or you could, you know, teach me things that I would never known. They were probably really basic. One of the things I want to research, and I don't know if it matters, is, if you only have, basically, as you can see here, 3 fingers and a thumb, would that affect playing guitar? Also, not having real fingers. I do wonder that. Because like I mentioned angels, this is what angel hands look like in my comic. They have like basically like bird talons combined with human hands, so it's kind of a weird mix. It looks dragon-ish, reptilian also. You know, it's supposed to be like bird, hybrid, human, but it's just how it ended. So I do sometimes wonder how guitar. Because honestly, if the answer it's impossible, I'm just going to be like, don't worry about it. they somehow can play guitar, but I have a feeling you can probably figure it out. And even if like cult talons wouldn't work, like you can probably wear like a special glove or something. Like there has to be a way to be able to play a guitar properly like this. There has to be. So I'll probably do some research, just a little bit. Like it's not that important. This is not a music comic or anything, but at least for melody, I'm just like I should at least. If she knows how to play guitar, I would at least feel like I should do a little bit of research on it. So I think this guitar looks too small, but we're not gonna worry about it. I feel like, is she standing or sitting down? She probably should be sitting down, shouldn't she be? Somehow. I feel like I don't know how to draw characters sitting down, to be honest, but yeah. Mallory's weird because, like, I always feel like I'm like, she looks a little boring, but also I feel like that's also by design. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm trying to make her look unique even with that. I guess her, like, angel features do help a lot, though. Like, obviously she has the same arms and halo as Jill, but she has different... All angels have different, like, markings, like this. The skin. I actually haven't decided on her colors, to be honest. I made her while working on the first chapter, Spirits of Monotony. And, you know, that's in black and white, so I'm just like, I actually don't know. I remember feeling like I should, yeah. I remember feeling like green, like, because Jill has, like, her markings or whatever, like her hands are blue. For her, I always picture, like, the color green. So, I don't know, one day I'll experiment. Colors are not my forte, my strong suit. Actually, almost everything is not my strong suit in drawing, to be honest. But, you know. Yeah, green. But yeah. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun coming up with certain things about her. Like, with her deal list and the deal with the guitar and stuff, and like, it's the kind of thing where I'm like, I need to just write these things down. Even if I'm not gonna release them anytime soon. I need to get those ideas out, and with her I have a lot of ideas, you'd be surprised. Like, a little too many. Probably more than her, surprisingly, because this is an old character. But I feel like a lot of my ideas have just been, like, flooding in with this character when I start coming up with, like, what's her deal? And, like, just, the ideas just wouldn't stop. So, there's a melody. A little melody. You look like I drew you incorrectly, to be honest, but I was gonna do a little... Nothing a little transform can't fix a little bit, but... Yeah, it's a melody doodle. But I do feel like I fixed her design a little bit, where like she looks a little bit less generic. And to be honest, like, I didn't fix anything in her design. She looks the same as she did in the first chapter. It's just... It's like the little details of how you draw certain things, and it's what makes a character, really, sometimes. The art style, how you stylize things. Like, it's subtle, but I do, like, it feels like... She actually feels like a character now, instead of just like a background, random character I made up. Which, that's basically what she was. Yeah. Anyway. Who else should I doodle? I was hoping like an idea would pop out after drawing Melody, and I'm just like, I got nothing. Let me think. Let me think of what's other chapters I have in my mind. I'm blanking right now, because like, whenever you put me on the spot, my mind blanks. I gotta think of something. I could think of more like Jill and Damie interactions. The next chapter 5 is going to be a purely Jill and Damie chapter. So... I could visualize that one for Chrome I was already thinking about for chapter 5. Where it's like, couch. Actually, I don't want to draw the couch first. I'm gonna draw this kind of small. Because it is technically gonna be small. For the, because it's going to be in a 4 chroma. So if I'm gonna draw like a almost full background, it needs to be either cartoonish or, I don't know. So maybe I'll visualize this, because I don't know what to think. Think no good. Think. I wonder if I should draw Jill with her hair down. I've been drawing her with her ponytail most of the time at the moment, but... If this is just casually at home, I don't know. I feel like it would match her with her hair down. What is she doing with her hands? Let's see. Left hand, right hand. I guess... Would she be... What hand does Jill grab popcorn with? I've been thinking about that. I am, for the most part, a righty. I use my right hand for stuff, but I've noticed when it comes to eating chips or popcorn and stuff, I use my left one. So I'm wondering... I feel like I kept track of whether character had lefties or righties, and now I just kind of like I don't know anymore. I think chapter 4 I remember not planning too well, and just being like, I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? If a detail I don't find that important, I won't pay attention to it too much. But if I do find it important, then I will. At the moment, you know, I'm not sure. I should think of those details. It is kind of funny, because if she's using her right hand, she usually sits on the right side of the couch. So if Damie's like here, there's Damie. And the popcorn is here. There is something kind of funny in my mind. Or at least it would be a little more interesting if she has to reach out like this. I feel like it makes the pose a little more... How do I put it? I don't know. Not as simple, I guess. Because, let's see. Because if I do it the other way... Oh, I guess I'm deleting everything. It's fine. I probably went a little too detailed anyway, there. If I do it like this... Like, it kind of works. But, like, reaching out with her right hand like this is kind of fun, too. Because it just draws this weird... Like, if she's pointing out something that's happening in the movie with one hand, but then the other one's reaching out for the popcorn, it gives this weird, like, cross-arm look that is kind of funny looking to me. It's a little forced, but I'm just like, I kind of like it. Gonna draw the big talons. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too detailed with this, because, like I said, I do think that these should be simple, but it is a lot of, like, stuff going on for a 4 chroma, so I gotta decide how I want to do this. Because I think, from what I remember, this was gonna be the camera stays still on this 4 chroma, so it's 4 panels. At least how I have it visualized. So I would just copy paste the background a lot. Actually, Damie's funnier when it's just the glasses and no mouth. Should I have her hair down? Nah. I don't draw Damie with her hair down at all. I think I did it once for chapter 2. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna draw a triangle for now. Don't worry, Damie. You'll get your body back. But yeah, the issue about the couch is, like I mentioned, if you're gonna encase this in like a 4-panel thing, it like... Usually you don't want to take too much time with them. So, if I'm encasing it like this, it might be a little bit too big, so I need to really think about the composition of it. They're simple doodles, but they're gonna be small, so... I feel like it's too much effort for something that you're not gonna see properly if I do it this way. Let's see, let's draw some actual Damie body here. She wears more like big outfits. She's always cold. She comes from a hot place, so... That hasn't been defined yet, but you can probably assume it, because I actually wonder if people caught on to that. Like, it's not supposed to be a secret or anything, but in chapter 4, like, I put a lot of emphasis in, like, how it's summer and it's hot and blah blah blah, and, like, Damie's literally wearing winter clothing. Like, 90% of the time. I think she's wearing something lighter in that chapter. Like, I think she does have, like, like this. I don't think she has a scarf, but she just has, like, a hoodie on. A lot of people notice that. I tend to give her, like, baggy shorts sometimes. So. But, yeah. I don't know where she would keep her arms. I guess I'm just gonna put them like this in her pocket. But, yeah, so my thing here is I need space. Like, I don't think I need like the full body shot for the Focoma. Not really. Because this is essentially what I would have in mind. Them sitting on the couch watching a movie for this. This is an idea for chapter 5, the extras for chapter 5. So this is after the chapter, after the fact of what the chapter is going to be about. But, yeah. But there is something funny about this Jill pose here. Like, I need to, like, refine it, but, like, I just think the cross-armed weird, like... Or I could, like, do it like this so it's not cross-armed. Like, or maybe, like, forced perspective or something. I don't know. Yeah. Like, just reaching out with the right hand to the popcorn. It's something about it that's just, like, I like it. The image is gonna be standing kind of generic. It's like, you know. It's whatever. Damie's Damie. Yeah, she does have a lot going on in her hair. So I'm still trying to figure out the shapes. There's a lot of spikes going all over the place. I don't know if I like it. I need to find a way to keep it, but roundify it a little bit. So like, I don't know. But the thing is, if this is sort of the Focoma, so let's assume that this is the composition, and this is my little panel. Right here. Then, and let's assume Jill is just speech bubbling. Kind of talking a lot, really. Then I need to make per the rules. If this is a webtoon, I can easily just hoop, and there we go. That's it, because there's a lot of white space. But this is mainly a proper comic book format, so basically I need to make space for this. I'm gonna make this into a separate layer just because these are just doodles, but since I'm just doing like weird piecing things together. Like if I make it, because I could be like this. And then just this, but the problem about this composition or whatever, like maybe split the speech. Well, this would work, but for a proper, like, I don't know, like an entire page or like part of a page and then like this, you know. But again, this is for Chroma, so these are tiny drawings, so like I cannot draw them this small. So let's see what I can get away with. I can either put them closer or I could. Technically Jill is the main part of this one in her talking. So I could like try to do it like this just so you can barely see the essentials. And then have like the speech bubble here somehow. You can kind of see Damie being covered. Like, it could work this way. It's a little cropped, but you're still getting most of the information. Yeah, because it would look like this. Oop. But it works a little bit better for the... You don't have to draw that much, and there's space, kinda. But, definitely need more time to think about it. Because... in my mind, this works, but looking at it like right now, as I show, I'm just like, there's some doing, there's some thinking I need to do. Anyway, this is his doodle. Jill and Damie sitting on a couch. Okay, this is one of the extras, or extra ideas for the extras for chapter 5. Look at them. Damie looks way too big. Maybe she has a big torso and tiny little legs. So maybe when they sit down, Jill and Damie actually look like they're similar heights. It's a common thing, I know. Let's see, what else can we do? I need to think of like chapters that it was like, cause I feel like there's a ton of chapters that I'm like, I want to draw this, I want to visualize this, and I'm just like completely just blanking right now. That's what happens when you do it live. You blank. let me think about it for 2 seconds. 2 little seconds. I know I can think of something. But of what? A quick moment of silence just so we can figure this out. I think I remembered one. But what do I want to doodle of that chapter? I don't really know. I don't know. I don't really have like any. I have the concept, but I don't know if I have any key visuals or anything that I'm just like, yeah, I want to draw this. So, do you know who I haven't drawn in a while? Which is she is actually included in the next one. So, let's draw some Beatrice. I'm just gonna doodle some Beatrice and then see if like I can come up with a visual for the chapter. It does involve a character that I haven't designed yet. That is part of the comic, this chapter. But it involves Beatrice and I haven't drawn her in a while. God. I need to doodle more. Yeah, Beatrice, I'm still deciding what her outfit's gonna look like in the comic. I tend to tone down outfits if they're a little too revealing, depending on what I'm going for with the tone. Beatrice tends to her original classic outfit tends to be pretty revealing. Curses too, but I've toned down. I already kind of decided how I'm going to tone down curses. I also need to decide if I'm going to change up her scars. I remember it was too extreme. It made her design a little too busy, in my opinion. So I have to decide. I don't know if she had like a scar here, and like here. Still feels like too much, honestly. Especially based on her character. I'm just like, how did she even got those scars? I might, for lore reasons, I might change it. But I haven't drawn her in a while, and I haven't decided what her hair looks like now. I know that I did keep the weird, like, cute little, I don't even know what to call these. Because it used to just be it was just her hair down, and that was kind of it. Like, basically like this. But then I came up with this stupid, like, bear ear silhouette with hair. And it's very strange, and it almost doesn't match the character, but it's like, it kind of does, though. So it's like, it just kind of stuck. So at the moment I am keeping these weird, I don't know what to call them, because they're not twin, like pigtails, they're too short. Maybe they are. I don't know what's the official term. This is a little bit too big. Can I shrink this? I don't know how to fix this. Yeah. It's been a while since I've drawn these characters, so it's kind of nice. Because Beatrice is still a couple of chapters away. So there's still gonna be some time before we see her, sadly. But she's also a character I have a lot of fun trying to write. But I'm trying to think what would be like how I draw her. She's looking a little too skinny here. I'm still deciding, fixing how characters' proportions look, trying to give them slight body variations because I'm not that great at drawing different bodies and stuff. Because she has her like hood jacket, but under it I usually just draw like a triangle bra and that's it, and it's like, it's a little too revealing, at least for the comic itself and the tone I'm kind of going for. So I'm like, how can I kind of try to be faithful to the original design with my own character, but also keep it less revealing? I guess I could do it like this, but I don't know. I could give her a shirt. Like, I do remember giving her like a ripped shirt and like a specific chapter. I just don't know how it would clash with the original design. But it could work. Because it is a little bit like, when I did this design, there was no character attached to it. It was just like a design. So now, there is a character now. I know what Beatrice is like, which is not something I revealed yet, really. You can kind of figure it out, though. So, I'm trying to stay faithful to her design, but also modernizing or like normalizing it a little bit, so it looks like a less of a weird, goofy design and like a proper. It looks like it's something a person would wear, even if it's goofy or costumey. That was kind of a big thing with Curse, which and she already has some outfits that feel more natural. Her base outfit looks really silly, but that's kind of on purpose, so I didn't really fix that. She just sometimes have more casual looking outfits, Curse over here. But Beatrice is just kind of like, I don't know. How to fix her. Because, yeah, her, like I mentioned, nobody would be wearing just the, well, I mean, maybe she would, who knows. She doesn't care that much, but it just doesn't quite match, I think, the character in my mind. Depends on the scenario, but we'll see. Like I said, I haven't drawn her in a while. I haven't thought of Beatrice in, like, quite some time. She has ripped up pants. She can't afford to buy pants. This woman is jobless. Unemployed. So like I could try to do the thing where like you can see her stomach because the shirt's like ripped down the middle, which is a shirt I think I gave her in a like a random doodle thing. But like it kind of matches the design, but it could make it busy. I don't know. So that's a homework for later. Yeah, she looks a little different here, but I'm just kind of doodling. She has little pupils, the little eyes. As I mentioned, most of my characters have like big anime eyes, and this is technically still like anime, but a little different. But yeah, we actually reached the 2-hour mark, but I'm gonna think if I can think of any other doodle ideas, I might keep going, because I just haven't done this in a while. I really just haven't. So it's nice actually doodling these characters. A lot of these haven't shown up. 4 of these have already shown up. 2 of these have not. In the comic. Exciting stuff. Yeah, a lot of these will probably get design updates and stuff because it's been a while. Maybe I'll draw a jewel. Based on the chapter was implying a second ago. That was a sneeze. I did not mute my microphone, sadly, so enjoy that sneeze. Eyebrows look too angry. How can I capture the more like just like meh, but also kind of disappointed look? This kind of captures it, kind of. It's like kind of like dead, like just like not calm, but also just like I'm kind of. A little dead. You're dead to me a little bit, but also just like not necessarily angry, just like you're just kind of done. I forgot how you draw eyes. Like if you draw the eye shine, but like if you just draw them like gray like this. I mentioned facial expressions. I need to look them up more. I forget this specific hairstyle of Aaron Joe. It's been a while. I remember drawing it more spiky, her like bangs when I do this one. Like it flares up a little bit, I think, if I remember correctly. It's slightly different than what I usually draw her. It's the... how did I draw it? I think it was like this. And then again. This is the like twin tail look. It's been a while since I've drawn. I always... It's very specific how I have to draw with my art style. But especially because it becomes a little too basey up here. Yeah, I really need to like. She's not doing the facial expression that like I want. Or like how to draw somebody disappointed. Maybe because she's looking at something. She needs to just be him that just like... She's not really looking at anybody in particular. She's just like staring into the void. Eyes glazed over. It's kind of hard to capture. Like I said, I need to look at people and how they do their facial expressions. People and their art. Yep, I cannot capture this face right now. It's getting late, and I shouldn't stream soon, but... there's a specific chapter involving her, and a couple of other characters that I think is really fun. At least for me. Would she be wearing the... Would she be wearing the cap? She might be wearing the cap, actually. How would I draw it on her? Because then I have to think about the bangs and stuff. I guess I could draw it like this. Let's erase the mess really quickly. Let's see what it looks like with the cap. I'm not super used to drawing caps, but if I draw it like this, I guess it would look fine. Then I have to put a halo on top of it. It's kind of a mess. I haven't decided how halos work logically. I picture them, they kind of like do respond to movement, like they are actually connected in some way, almost like a spring-like motion. I've animated it very little. I forget how no, I think it looks very still in the new follower alert. I guess if you're gonna have the twin tail look, but you're gonna have a baseball cap, it would be kind of hard to figure out where the hair comes from, so it would have to be tied below. So maybe it would be like this. And the other one would go like this, I guess. Or would it go like this? That would be a good silhouette for this. So one is coming over here, but there would be a second one. It's not a ponytail, so... Where would it come from? If looking over here, I could just draw it like this. It's all a bit weird, but it kind of works, at least from this angle. And you gotta have the... And the shirt, actually the shirt wouldn't be that low. But it would still be a bit small on her. Anyway, I won't draw too many details just because I'm still writing this chapter and I think it's funny. There's a couple of details that will give it away a bit more, but yeah. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna call it a stream. It's been 2 hours where we did do the reformat and we also did do some doodles. Honestly, it's been a while since I've doodled, so it was nice to try to visualize some things, just get some ideas out and stuff. Also, this couch thing with the 4 format, yeah, because this, like, full body couch thing, this only works in like a proper full page, and a 4 it just won't. I don't think it would look good. Maybe it would, if I do cartoonishly enough and lines thick enough, but I gotta think about how I'm gonna show this. If it doesn't work, then I'll just swap, like... It doesn't need to be, like I said, the copy-pasting just this camera angle here. It can be something else. We'll see what I figure out. That's been a stream. And I will now go rest, or play video games, I don't know. But thank you people for joining in this reformat / doodling stream. But it's nice to, like I said, it's been like a lot of these characters that haven't shown up yet. I just haven't drawn at all because they haven't shown up in the comic yet. So I'm just like, it's good that I'm just doodling them. Cause then I forget. But something is good to distance. So yeah. Thanks people for watching, and I will be back on, I'm not sure. Good question, when will I be back? Logically it would be Friday, is usually when I stream, so probably Friday. We'll see if I actually have something prepared next time. I hope I do. If not, we'll see. I might just, if I really just can't think of anything to draw or work it with, maybe I'll just work on playing a video game. Maybe I can finish Billy Hatcher or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's a stream. It's been a good one. So thanks people for watching, and I'll be back probably on Friday with something else. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully I'll now start actually working on chapter 5 of my webcomic soon. Or on my other comic project, who knows. And I will definitely work on some of those pages on stream, so better get writing. Anyway, have a good night. It's been a chill stream. That's it. I'm leaving. That's why I'm signing out. Enjoy the doodles. You'll never see them again, probably. I guess you could see the VOD. Anyway, have a good night. See ya, people. Boop.